Welcome, everybody, to the College Basketball Preview Show on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. We're going to look at Georgia versus Tennessee tonight at Tennessee. Georgia is now a ranked basketball team for the first time in a while. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. If you want to bet this game, go to BetMGM for all your sports betting needs. BetMGM is the top recommended sportsbook by the Grueling Truth Sports Network. Right now, we're going to look at this game, Georgia versus Tennessee. Tennessee's favored by 11. And this could be a potential letdown for Georgia, fresh off reaching a spot in the AP poll for the first time in over a decade. The Bulldogs don't have pressure on them as the spread indicates a controlling win for Tennessee. This should make it easier to come into this one with a stress-free attitude. And the Bulldogs' renaissance coincides with gradual improvement on the defensive end. They ranked 17th nationally in defensive efficiency with a 19% turnover rate, and they hold teams to 29% shooting from downtown. One of the main reasons Georgia is elite defensively is length. Nobody in the Bulldogs' 10-man rotation is shorter than 6'4", and the rotation has abundant talent. Bench bigs, Justin Abson, Simoto Cyril help maintain strong athleticism and defense behind starters Azen Newell and Godfrey. Now, meanwhile, Deshae Montgomery and Dakota Leffel are two of the Bulldogs' top scorers, and they come off the bench. So this is a deep team that could get it done. Now, I'm buying in Georgia improving offensively, but facing Tennessee isn't the ideal diet to get right. Coming in as the 73rd most efficient offense in the country, they have a lot of room for growth with Georgia. Now, I'm not surprised that Georgia is turnover prone since Silas Demery is playing full-time point guard for the first time. Seeing him turn the ball over 2 or fewer times in 5 straight is huge for future improvement, though. When we look at Tennessee, they had a shaky weekend on the road against Florida and Texas. I'm looking at fading the Vols recently as I feel the market has overpriced them a bit. Rick Barnes discussed benching star Chaz Lanier late in a narrow loss over Texas. The Vols' leading scorer is 6 of 27 from field, 3 from 15 from three-point in the past 2 games. So perhaps the struggles led to hesitancy shooting the ball. Now, I'm expecting a big bounce back from Lanier tonight. In the Vols' loss to Florida last week, they scored 43 points with a ghastly 0.63 PPP. Despite the historically brutal offensive performance, Tennessee ranks 25th in Kim Palm's offensive efficiency. I don't buy Tennessee's offense, though. It shoots from deep at a high rate, but Lanier is a lone shooter of up 34% from 3, leaving it susceptible to low-scoring games. The good news is Tennessee is one of the best defensive teams in college basketball. Coach Barnes is a defensive technician. His teams typically flash tough on ball pressure that leads to a ton of turnovers and perimeter jumpers, and this team fits the bill perfectly. The turnovers come in droves as they force them at a 20.4% rate. Now, when I look at this game, I love the under bet here. Quite frankly, I think the number sitting at 134, when you look at Ken Palm, the projection is 129. My top bet on this game is 134. I would have been okay with taking the under at anything better than 131. So I see a lot of value here. Both teams will want to slow this game down. Texas is 322 at adjusted tempo, and Georgia is 222. The two defenses are two of the best in the SEC, and neither offense is overly explosive. I see this game finishing in the 60s instead of either team reaching the 70s. I think this game is in the 65-58 range. And if I'm going to bet the point spread, I'm going to take Georgia at a low-scoring game. So I'm going to take Georgia to cover the 11 points. I think Tennessee wins the game by 5 to 8 points. But my best bet is to bet the under. All right, guys, if you want, you can follow me on X at Grueling Truth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Check out BetMGM. But I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.